Hi guys, Kai here and welcome back to episode 41 of the FIFA 20 My Player Career, and we are with Arsenal. And if you remember from Thursday's episode, we did get knocked out of the Carabao Cup, losing in the final against Tottenham Hotspur. And so a big blow that we wanted some silverware. It wasn't coming, but hopefully today we can push on in the Europa League, and I believe we have an FA Cup game as well. That is against Manchester City, so that in itself is going to be a tough one. But we have the first leg of the Europa League tie up against Lille first. And we will play the second leg as well in today's episode. So fingers crossed we can win all three of the cup games. And then obviously in the next episode get back to some domestic league action and try and push towards the top of the table. I believe we've got around 10 games remaining in the Premier League season. Adding to that the cup games, we do have quite a few games to go before we do head into a new year. But let's see if we can get the goals that we need in this one. We're hoping to keep clean sheet as well, of course, because of if Lille do get a goal, it will count to their away goal advantage as Arsenal press through here. 5.5 match rating for Kai right now. Plays that one across the middle. But good defensive work there by the French team, and they just go out of play for an Arsenal throw. So at least we are on the attack early. Good positive signs here from the Gunners as Pepe picks up the ball on this near side, looking to get past his marker, holding him off well, and actually wins a free kick there for the Arsenal, and a yellow card as well for number 28, Ronaldo. And so he's got to be careful then for the rest of the match. He doesn't want to get another yellow. Because of course, that was nearly an own goal there from Lille. Was it his head or his shoulder? I'm not even going to get to see the replay, unfortunately. But there is the goal kick. Sorry, the corner kick, and Arsenal still on the attack here, looking to get a shot on target. But good defensive position again from Lille, and they do get the ball clear. So into the final 4 minutes then, and Kai with another chance here for Arsenal, and yet again the goalkeeper and the defence were there to keep the ball out as Arsenal try and press forward here. Kai goes for the finesse with his right foot and straight into the goalkeeper's hand. No real power on that effort there from Kai, which is a bit of a shame. He was in a good position, but because he is mainly a left-footed kicker, he was unable to get enough power and aim into that top corner. So onwards we go then. Here is Mesut Ozil. A goal before half-time would be superb for Arsenal. It would be nice. Come on, that was played through for Gomez, and there is the deadlock broken of today's episode. And Kai jumps up to a 7.5 match rating as well, picking up that assist. And it is Maximiliano Gomez, number 14, who buries the first goal of today's match, and hopefully it's going to be the first of a few to come. Was onside as that ball was played through as well. Nice finish across the keeper into the back of the net. So it is Arsenal 1, Lille 0. And is that going to be enough to give us the victory and the advantage, I should say, going into that second leg, as well as a clean sheet. So if we do manage to score in that second leg, of course, Lille are going to have to score 3. If the score remains 1-0 in this one, of course, we do have 1.5 minutes remaining. And that was given away straight to Van der Beek. He cuts it inside. Here's Icardi. The shot is there from Nicola Pepe, and it was straight into the hands of the Lille keeper yet again. Now the final whistle blows then, and 7.8 match rating I think Kai finishes with there. Picked up an assist. He wasn't having the best of games before that assist, but he did improve in that second half. So let's jump into game number 2 of today's episode, and as I said earlier, it is in the FA Cup and it is against Manchester City. We are away from home, so of course in itself Manchester City will be the favourites. They are the team more in form right now. They're playing Champions League football as well, challenging at the top of the table. And of course they will be wanting to get themselves into the FA Cup final too. They want all the silverware. They're paying the money for it, so they can't let the fans down. Here is Eriksen. Eriksen's there at Manchester City. Mauro Icardi then getting past his marker, and he needs to get some support. He's got 3 in support. If he can get the cross in, cross comes in. Well, it was a poor one, and Umtiti it was there for Manchester City, who gets the ball clear. Manchester City, not City. A little bit of a tongue-tied one there for just saying Umtiti and then saying City after. But onwards we go then. Let's get Arsenal in on these goals. Here is Kai pressing on that far side, cuts inside, nice bit of skill there, lays it off in the middle, the shot is there, but so too was the Manchester City goalkeeper Ederson. He keeps it out, and I think Van der Beek was on an offside position as that shot was in. Let's have a look. Yeah, as the shot came in, he was in an offside position, so when he went over to pick that ball up, he was ruled as offside. But early exchanges, positive for the Arsenal. Hopefully we can break the deadlock before half time. We've got 5 minutes to play in this first half. It is still Manchester City 0, Arsenal 0 here at the Etihad Stadium. Here is Lucas Troudon for the Gunners. Mauro Icardi lays it off there for Kai. Kai's going to charge all the way forward here. He's got support in the middle. It's laid off, and the save was there, but straight into the path of Lucas Torreira, and Arsenal lead then. 4 minutes to play in this first half. It's now Manchester City 0, Arsenal 1, and there is Lucas Torreira, who runs straight up to Unai Emery, the Arsenal manager, and just hugs him and thanks him for support, and boom, straight into an empty goal. Goalkeeper couldn't get it up or across fast enough there to keep that one out. So it is Lucas Troudon who scores his first FA Cup goal of the season, Arsenal's first of today's game. Will it be enough though to get us through to the next round? That is the important thing, and it is right now. Manchester City on the attack with Christian Eriksen, back heels at one, across there was Bernardo, and the rebounded header is from the superstar Sergio Aguero just before the hour mark. It is now all tied level, 1 apiece here at the Etihad Stadium, and Arsenal got some work to do if they're going to get themselves back in front here away from home. The City support very, very happy with that little build-up play there for Manchester City. It was a goalkeeper actually just knocked it onto the post. The post rebounds straight into the path of the man who we don't want it going straight to, and Sergio Aguero. He's not going to miss from there, so a nice simple goal in the end from him. And now it is all Manchester City. The last few minutes since they've got themselves that leveller. Here's Digne then, plays that one over the top. Fantastic ball there from him. Bernardo gets it, lays it off in the middle, and another pass straight into the path of Sergio Aguero, who has doubled Manchester City's lead. It's now 2-1, and that is not what we want. Obviously, we were in front by a goal to nil, and within the space of 5 minutes or so, Manchester City are in front, and they're Aguero's first 2 goals of the FA Cup this season, and it's to return the result in this one. So more work to do then for Arsenal. Thankfully, Aguero has been replaced. He's just gone off the pitch, so no hat-trick for him, which will be a bit of a shame. I don't think he'll be happy with that, and hopefully we can press forward here and get ourselves back in this match. 6.6 rating for Kai. He goes for the shot. The goalkeeper makes a cracking save, but Arsenal keep possession. Van der Beek with a shot. His shot was blocked, but straight into the path of Gomez, and he does tie things up then. We've got just over 5 minutes remaining here at the Etihad Stadium. It is now Manchester City 2, Arsenal 2, and I believe if it does end 2-2, all square after 90 minutes, it will be going into extra time. But nice little finish there from Gomez. Somehow wrapped himself around it to score his 3rd FA Cup goal of the season, and as I said, it does level things up here. So heading into extra time, are we? We've got one more attack here maybe from Arsenal. Rodri stealing from the feet of Kai there. He's only on a 6.8 rating, Kai. You would be expecting better and more from him as Manchester City go close there with the last effort of the 90. So into extra time we go. City in possession. They're the ones on the attack right now. And here's Leroy Sané, always a danger on the edge of the area. Lays that one forward for Christian Eriksen, who buries it. Somehow manages to get enough power on it to get it past Bernd Leno. And Manchester City find themselves in front yet again. 105 minutes played in this match. And it is now Manchester City 3, Arsenal 2. And once more, Arsenal got some work to do. Otherwise, it is going to be Manchester City who progress through to the next round of the FA Cup. And Arsenal will be heading out. And there is the first FA Cup goal of this season then for Christian Eriksen as City press forward looking for a 4th. There's only seconds remaining in this FA Cup tie between Manchester City and Arsenal. The cross comes in here. Header on target. The goalkeeper falls low to make the save and parries it out for a corner. But what a cracking header that was. He manages to get enough power on it, but good save there in the end from Bernd Leno. But I think with this corner, that is going to be about it for this game, and Arsenal are going to be out of the FA Cup, which is a bit of a shame, especially after losing in the Carabao Cup final just a week ago, as Manchester City have one more effort there. But thankfully for us, it does go over. I don't think there's going to be enough time for us to press forward here. Christian Eriksen has picked up an injury. Not sure whether he's been replaced or not. Now, do we have enough time to have one more effort? We do not. The final whistle blows then here at the Etihad Stadium, and it is the home team then who knock Arsenal out of the FA Cup. They go through to the next round, and there is confirmation. Chelsea are also out, but Burnley, Spurs and Liverpool all go through. So only 2 more pieces of silverware which we can actually fight for, and this is one of them. We do take a 1-goal advantage into the second leg, of course. We need to not concede and hopefully can score ourselves. If we do manage to get a goal, as I mentioned at the end of the first game in the first leg, Lille will need to score 3. So pick up the goal. If we can get it early, that would be absolutely fantastic. We fought hard against Manchester City. Wasn't quite there to get the result. So fingers crossed we can go all the way to the final here and don't choke it in the Europa League. Not sure why we're passing so far at the back there. Well, let's press forward, try and get this goal. Nice bit of skill there from Kai. Gets past his marker, gets between 2 actually. He's going to carry on his run here. The defender just lets him walk past him for some reason. He's going to go all the way, cuts it back. No, he doesn't. He goes for it himself. And there is the goal which we wanted. Just over 20 minutes played. It is now Lille 0, Arsenal 1 on the night, which means it's 2-0 on aggregate. We have the away goal advantage, and now Lille are going to have to score 3 goals at minimum to get themselves through to the next round of the Europa League. But Arsenal looking good. Actually, it's Joseph Adu who's going to take that goal as an OG. He won't be enjoying that, but I thought Kai would have got the goal anyway. But onwards we go then. 1-0 on the night for Arsenal. Half an hour played. Play that one through. He does. He finds Nicolas Pepe one-on-one with a keeper. He smacks it first time, and that is the 2nd goal of tonight's match. It's the 3rd of the tie, so 3-0 over the 2 legs, and of course that gives us 2 away goals as well. 3-0 on aggregate, which means of course Lille are going to have to score 4 now if they're going to get themselves into the next round, which I do not see happening. It's not often we concede 4 goals. We did concede 3 against Manchester City. There's just no way that Lille are going to be scoring 4, and in fact Arsenal are pressing forward here looking for even more goals. They want a bit of a revenge after being knocked out of the FA Cup and then losing to to Tottenham in the final, actually, of the Carabao Cup. So let's try and get ourselves back into some good form. Remember, in the next episode, we do have the domestic action in the league. We haven't played a league game for a while now. It's been 3 cup games in a row. And Arsenal pressing forward here, looking for the 3rd goal of the game. Kai goes through, everybody shoots, and there is the finesse finish to the far post. Arsenal lead on the night. 3, is it 4 or 3? I've totally lost track of the score now. But there is another goal for Arsenal. It was a good little finish as well there from Kai. Just charged straight between the defenders here, look. Straight between the 2 of them, opens up the space. Nobody else really tracking him, to be honest, but there a nice cool finish then past the goalkeeper. And how is that for the season in the Europa League then for Kai? Is he going to show us? It is 14 Europa League goals, 4-0 on aggregate, then 3-0 on the night. Arsenal looking really good. Lille going there close actually, just wide of the goal. I think the goalkeeper, did he make a save there? He did get a touch to that, so good save there from Bernd Leno. Last chance then for Lille to at least get themselves a consolation goal. Again, the goalkeeper was there just to punch it clear. Lille, though, still on the attack. Oh, it's a nice ball, and they are entitled to that one. Good play there from Lille. They're not going to get much out of this game, but they do pick up a nice goal. It's only a consolation goal. So on the night, it is Lille 1, Arsenal 3, 4-1 on aggregate. Arsenal are going to be progressing through to the next round of the Europa League. Before we do end today's episode as well, we will have a look at the calendar real quick to see who we get drawn against. I'm not sure who else remains in this competition, if I'm totally honest. But I would say once we have beaten Lille, we will be one of the favourites to go on and win the competition outright, as he's just ruled offside there in the last few seconds of the match. So now we just wait for the final whistle. Arsenal are going to be going through to the next round. Lille go out. They put in a good performance but couldn't get the goals which they needed. But Arsenal did, and that is the only thing that we're bothered about. So onwards we go then into the next round as the final whistle does blow here. Lille 1, Arsenal 3, 4-1 on aggregate. A round of applause there from the away fans as well. And the players celebrating, they'll be very happy going through to the next round. So too am I. Valencia, Manchester United are through, and Ajax are through as well. They won 4-1 on aggregate. Roma, Frankfurt, Villarreal knocking out Lazio there, and I didn't see who won that last one. But let's have a look at the calendar, and we do take on Seville in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, guys. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.